Tampa Bay fans, what if I told you the Bucs may have just found their secret weapon? A forgotten name, a guy many wrote off, is suddenly stealing the spotlight in preseason. And the craziest part? He wasn't even supposed to be here making noise. But now, he might be the difference between a shaky secondary and a dangerous defense. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just got a boost that nobody saw coming. For most NFL fans, this feels like a surprise. But for anyone who knows his story, it's no shock at all. We're talking about Kendall Vilder, a player who's been through the highs and lows of the league. He was once just a depth cornerback in Detroit, buried on the roster. Then, because of injuries, he got thrown into the fire in the NFC Championship game, lining up as the Lions CB1 against the 49ers. That was never supposed to be his role. He made a costly mistake in that game, a moment every Lions fan remembers. But here's the truth. He wasn't supposed to be in that position in the first place. He was a third or fourth cornerback, asked to carry the weight of a number one. That's not failure. That's survival. That's fighting for a career. And now, Tampa Bay may have landed themselves a gem. In the Bucs' preseason clash with the Steelers, Vilder didn't just show up, he dominated. He tied for the team lead with 4 tackles, came down with an interception, and delivered a huge pass breakup that shut down what could have been a massive Pittsburgh play. That's not just depth, that's impact. And depth at corner is everything in today's NFL. We've all seen it. One injury, one rotation, one snap, and suddenly a backup is the target of every single throw. That's why having a guy like Vilder, a veteran who's been tested, who's been humbled, and who still fights on every play, that's huge for Tampa Bay. Even beyond Vilder, the Bucs' defense showed signs of life. Zion McCollum added solid snaps. Rookie linebackers Nick Jackson and Buick both recorded sacks, flashing the kind of production you need from young players. The defense as a whole looked deeper, faster, and hungrier than before. So maybe this isn't just about one player. Maybe this preseason showed us that Tampa Bay's defense has something special building, a mix of veterans with something to prove and rookies hungry to make their mark. Bucs fans, I want to hear from you. After seeing Vilder ball out, do you think he deserves a spot on the final roster? Rate your confidence in the Buccaneers secondary right now on a scale of 1 to 10 in the comments. Kendall Vilder's interception wasn't just a lucky play. It was a reminder of why teams need guys like him. Look, he's not going to be your shutdown CB1. That's fine. Not every corner has to be. What he can be is the reliable third or fourth corner who steps in when injuries hit, who makes a clutch play when the game is on the line, and who doesn't crumble when quarterbacks test him. And Tampa Bay is getting that kind of production for cheap. That's the definition of value. But Vilder wasn't the only one making noise. John Bullock continues to demand attention. Against the Steelers, he tied for the team lead in tackles, added a sack, delivered a quarterback hit, and showed the kind of instincts you want in a young linebacker. This isn't just a one-game fluke either. He played strong in the preseason opener against Tennessee too. Right now, he's battling for that final inside linebacker spot. If he doesn't crack the 53, he feels like a lock for the practice squad at the very least. And here's where the big picture comes in. The Buccaneers are built in a way where defense has to carry a heavy load. Let's be real. Baker Mayfield has the weapons. He's got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, and more. He's reached a point in his career where teammates respect him, where he's proven he can lead. But in the NFC, with teams like the Lions and the Eagles sitting at the top, Tampa Bay needs more than good. They need elite. If Todd Bowles can take this defense to that next level, it changes everything. Suddenly, you're not just winning the NFC South. You're hosting a playoff game in Tampa with a defense that no one wants to face and an offense that can put points on the board behind a confident Baker Mayfield. That's the formula. That's the missing piece. And let's be honest, it just feels right. The Bucs in their iconic uniforms, rocking that energy with a defense that hits hard and takes the ball away. That's Tampa Bay football. That's the identity this team needs to lean into. The Buccaneers grabbed headlines in week 1 of the preseason, and not just for football. Fans noticed something unusual. The helmet logo looked different. The classic pirate flag, normally big and bold, was shrunk down to a smaller size. And let's be real, most fans weren't feeling it. Tampa Bay's brand has always been loud, sharp, and intimidating. A tiny pirate flag on the helmet? That just doesn't match the identity of this team. The Bucs don't play small. They don't look small. They're supposed to strike fear, not confusion. But while the helmet sparked conversation, the real story is still about this roster. And once again, it comes back to the secondary. Injuries are already piling up, rotations are shifting, and this is where depth matters more than ever. That's why someone like Kendall Vilder becomes so important. He's not a household name, but he's the exact type of player who can step in, make plays, and keep the defense from breaking when starters go down. In a league where every passing offense looks to exploit the weakest link, depth isn't a luxury, it's survival. And then there's the other side of the ball. The offense got another major spotlight moment. Rookie wide receiver Emeka Egbuka continues to prove he's the real deal. Big, strong, fast, productive, everything you want in a young receiver. And here's the thing, he's coming out of that legendary Ohio State wide receiver factory. For years, we've seen the same story. Guys like him didn't always get 15 targets a game in college because they were sharing the field with other future NFL stars. But when they hit the league, suddenly they explode. That's exactly what Egbuka looks ready to do in Tampa. Even with Evans and Godwin already established, this kid is forcing his way into the conversation. He looks like the kind of receiver who can change games, the type of rookie who doesn't just blend in, but demands the ball. So while fans debate about logos and uniforms, the bigger story is this. The Buccaneers might have a defense finding unexpected heroes, and an offense adding another dangerous weapon to Baker Mayfield's arsenal. That's how you build a team that doesn't just win the division, but makes real noise in January. Bucks fans, what's your take? Do you love the smaller helmet logo, or should Tampa stick with the big, bold look? And on the field, is Emeka Egbuka about to become the next breakout rookie wide receiver? Drop your thoughts in the comments and rate your excitement for this offense heading into the season. Bucks fans, do you believe this defense can reach that elite level? Drop your confidence score from 1 to 10 in the comments. And let's see how many of you are ready to trust this unit heading into the season.